Hey everybody, this is Josh. I just wanted to share one of my favorite Ayurvedic practices, especially for this time of year where it's starting to get warm and dry out. And between everything going on health-wise in the world, as well as just the natural seasonal patterns right now, taking care of our sinuses, nasal passages, and lungs are really good idea to do right now. Aside from the obvious stuff with COVID, there's also lots of allergens in the air and things like that, and pollens are all over the place. So one of my favorite practices in Ayurveda is called Nasya, and this is a very, very simple thing you can do. There's many different substances you can use for Nasya, different oils, medicated oils. You can also use very simple substances, so that's what I'm going to show you guys today. And primarily what we're doing here is helping to keep the sinuses lubricated. As the tissues dry out, they tend to get inflamed, which can cause mucus accumulation and things like that. So just as in Ayurveda, we want to keep the outside of the body oiled, you also want to make sure the inside of the body is also oiled. So Nasya is the best solution for that. Some of you have probably used or have heard of using a neti pot, which is another great way to help the sinuses. If you live somewhere that's particularly dry and warm like I do, I'm a much bigger fan of Nasya in most cases. It's actually really helpful still to meet with somebody and have you kind of assessed as an individual, make sure which one's going to be a better fit for you. And sometimes both can be the answer as well. So, but I've often found a lot of times when people have a lot of problems with allergies and that kind of thing, and neti pot's not doing much for it, the Nasya will kind of kick it over the edge in a really nice way. So. There's also, Nasya is used as kind of in Ayurveda they view the nasal passage as the gateway to the mind and the brain and the emotions. So Nasya and medicated oils and that type of thing are often used as a medicinal aid to affect the mind and the emotions. So depression, anxiety, stress, traumas, all these things are treated primarily with Nasya. It also works physiologically on the upper head, neck, shoulder area and the jaws, so people who tend to have either neck pain or whiplash or TMJ and tense jaw muscles or holding the weight of the world in your shoulders. This is another wonderful treatment for this kind of thing too. So it has a pretty wide-ranging use in Ayurveda. There's also the recently discovered the lymphatic system, which is a network of lymph vessels that run along the sagittal line of the head and that drain. And so a big part of what Nasya is going to do also is to help keep those tissues moist and moving so that it can drain this metabolic waste out of the head. There's big links with this to memory, emotional health, and that kind of thing too. So it's it's been in the Ayurvedic books for years and years and thousands of years, and it's nice when you start to see these things kind of correlate with Western medical understanding too. So love this practice so much. I do this every single day. And like I said, if you come see me, we can work on getting really specific with an herbalized oil and that kind of thing, but there's a couple real easy solutions you can do as well that are also very helpful. So one would be, traditionally you would use something like sesame oil. You want to make sure it's an toasted sesame oil, so you don't smell like Chinese food, or smell Chinese food, I should say. But you can also use coconut oil is a very, very nice one to use, especially if you run more on the warm side. And you can also use ghee. So that's what I have here today. I just put it in this nice little, happen to have this extra dropper bottle, so filled it up with some ghee, and this is what I am using right now. So I'll show you how to do this real quick. Basically, you don't need a whole lot. Maybe 1-2 drops in each nostril, and you want to get your dropper bottle. I'm not actually going to do it right now, but lean your head back, drop one drop in, 1 or 2 drops in the other side as well. And then you want to just give a couple good solid just to help the ghee move up into the nose and the sinuses. I also like to rub the nose all the way up through the bridge of the nose and that kind of thing too, so that you make sure it really soaks in good. You may get a little bit of drainage in the throat, that's okay. You don't want to do a whole lot of oil in this case, or ghee. Just a couple drops, like I said, is plenty. So, and this will help a lot with protecting you and keeping your immune system strong. This gives an extra layer of protection against pathogens and things like that. And as mucus tends to accumulate, pathogens tend to thrive in these kind of environments. So we want to keep these passages as mucus-free as possible. And some people will just tend towards a lot of mucus, and that will cause mucus. Some people, it's actually the dryness will cause the mucus. So Again, it's sometimes good to check in with a practitioner like myself and see what's the most appropriate version of Nasya to use. But all in all, very, very safe. There's only a couple contraindications. If you're pregnant, don't do this. If you are menstruating, don't do this. And that's probably about it. So very safe, very easy to do. You can do this in the morning. I'm going to teach a workshop here this coming weekend on dinacharya, which are Ayurvedic morning and daily routines. And we'll definitely get more into this because this is such a key one. So if you would like to do that, just let me know, drop me a message. I'll probably put something up here on social media here pretty soon too. And it'd be great to see you guys there. But otherwise, get yourself a little bit of oil, a little jar. You can also even do it the old-fashioned way and just get a little pinky, stick it on in there, and give it a couple rub and help it kind of get up into the sinuses. And let me know how it goes. This should be really helpful. I hope it is. And any questions, go ahead and let me know. Thanks so much.